Well, I'm trying to start my chainsaw, but it's not really cooperating with me. So while I'm fighting with this, let's take a quick look at one of the many things that's going on at the Man Show. My name is Alan, and I have an addiction. But drugs or alcohol have no part in my life. I've never smoked anything, never chewed tobacco, never drank a beer, though that doesn't stop me from having friends that do. Safety, respect, and responsibility doesn't mean that you can't have fun. We live in the inland Northwest, a land of mud, rocks, and mountains. In my world, Larry is the delivery guy, and Jeremiah is the cable guy. We're a big group of people of all different types that share a common interest, and for the most part, all get along. It's like one big happy and slightly dysfunctional family. Regardless, I'm honored to share my journey with all of these people I call friends, and I want to share their stories with you. This is my life of big trucks and low bucks. This year, Matt Huit is organizing the rock competition at the Man Show. Let's talk with him.
My name is Matt Huit. I was enlisted by Jensen Lewis, the creator of the Man Show, last year to put on the rock crawl exhibition. And he asked me again this year to put it on, and it's slowly getting better every year. I'm in charge of organizing, getting the rock piles set up, building the course, and organizing all the guys to come out and run. Luke Schumann, who owns Hazzard Fabworx, in charge of it the first year, and asked me to come down and put on a show for the crowd, which I did. Ended up taking my truck home broken, and then the next year he didn't want to do it. He just had way too many projects going on. So Jensen asked me if I would be willing to take it on. I figured, it can't be that difficult. It's a little more work than I figured on, but we still put on a pretty good show last year. I ran my truck again last year, and again I took it home broken. But I have a tendency of doing that because I kind of drive like a doo sometimes.
Wait a minute, Matt. What was that you said you drove like? Oh, okay. Yeah, got it. And what's wrong with it this year?
This year, Mountain Havoc happened. So far, my breakage this year has been the entire left side is destroyed. I broke the front axle, I blew up an axle shaft, exploded the front locker, and this is my spare tire that was brand new. It still pretty much is brand new. There's still nubbies, but you can't see it. The inside sidewall is completely cut open all the way around. also put a hole in this tire. You can see the plugs sticking out. And at Havoc, I ripped a hole in my other left front tire right before I caught it on fire. I hate to say, I never thought that I would ever exceed this rig's limitations when I started building it, but this year I very quickly found the rig's limits and have pushed it beyond.
All week, well actually the last few weeks, I've been running back and forth between places to our property by Sasheen Lake. We're selling the place soon, and we've got a lot of stuff to move out of there. Trailers, campers, just stuff everywhere. But on top of it, I want to take advantage of the firewood that's laying around. So I'm trying to back up in Vlad here, the Dodge flatbed, and trying to start my chainsaw. Well, there's kind of a series of things I've got to do just to get it started, including removing the spark plug, making some adjustments, doing this, doing that, waiting, trying to start it, waiting again, adjusting this. Anyways, eventually I can get it started once I go through the process. It takes a while to get it set up. There we go. But of course it doesn't run for very long, and then I've got to go through the whole process again. But I'm getting it going, and slowly but surely getting some firewood cut, but it's taking forever because I've got to continually go through this process. And I've got lots of loads of firewood to take out of here, both in Vlad the flatbed and also the silver dually, and I'm just taking whole chunks of logs with me. It's a lot faster than cutting into blocks, considering how long it takes. So I got more stuff to haul. But this weekend, I'm headed back into Spokane to attend the Man Show.
Hi, my name is Rich. I'm from Montana, and this is my 91 4Runner. It's all custom built by Rocky Performance out of Missoula, and it's all Toyota based. Toyota axles, Toyota motor, Toyota tranny transfer cases. It's got dual transfer cases. Got a 22 RE motor. Works well. 40-inch IROX. I like the challenge of putting a vehicle where you look at something and you can't imagine a vehicle driving in an area, and then we put trucks in spots that it really shouldn't be. Just the fun of it, just the challenge, and we build our own rigs, so we build something to go see if it works.
It's about pushing the limits.
Yep. I'm one of the Dirty Birdie off-road drivers. Corndog's my nickname.
Looks like the Mountain Mafia limo ready to roll. It's down here at the Man Show. Let's talk a little bit with Ben, the Mountain Mafia.
Mafia at the Man Show, Spokane. We brought our limousine down here, and we're running the rock race and the RTI ramp contest. There's all kinds of good stuff going down here at the Man Show. We built our limo to just be kind of a fun rig to have to roll around in, and we're going to pull our race truck with it, and it makes a great display here at the Man Show. While we're here representing our off-road outdoor entertainment venue, and we have pictures and video planned and telling people about our family-friendly events that we do and handing out our schedule.
My name is Jesse. I drive an 85 Toyota pickup. We're here at the Man Show doing some rock racing. Parking on each other, trying to get some people to come watch today, starting at noon. Should be a good time. Hopefully we don't break anything.
What did the rig start out as?
A stock Toyota pickup. Put Chevy motor, running gear, everything in it. Jeep transfer case. Bit of a Frankenstein, but it's fun.
What do you find the funnest thing about off-roading in general?
I grew up doing it. It's definitely way more of a lifestyle than a hobby anymore. It's changed me as a person, and I've changed a bunch of things. Wheeled different rigs, full sizes, small trucks. This has definitely gone through some stages. That's about all I can do with it right now. But yeah, it's always a good time.
Hazzard Fabworx, we're here at the Man Show. We've got a spot set up here by the beer garden and the stage. We're just making sure people know that we're around in the area and willing to help them out with any of their off-road needs. Drawing a lot of attention, giving away lights. That's what we do.
You've had a booth here since they started the Man Show?
Yes, we've had a booth for, this is our third year having vehicles here. Years past, we've just had some trucks around. This year we actually got a booth and things going on, giveaways, free parts, selling product, things like that, making sure everybody knows that there's someone around in the area to help them out.
My name is Scott Soderberg. This is my 84 Toyota frame and part of a chassis. It's got 39.5-inch IROCs on it. Toyota powered, Toyota axles, Toyota training and transfer cases. I love the sport, love the community that's involved in it, everybody that's around, they really help each other out. It's a big fun time. Currently working at Hazzard Fabworx. Did construction for a long time and then realized that it wasn't no fun, so I decided to do what I love. So off-roading's my life, it's my job, it's kind of everything I do. So it's pretty much everything. I wrap all my stuff into off-roading.
it's Saturday morning and I'm in Spokane, and I stopped at Matt Huit's house to get my man show pass. So, we're here now at the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Let's check it out.
Yeah, I never thought I would completely exceed this truck's capabilities, but I did.
It's the end of the line for Matt's Blazabbit, so it's just here on display. There's a lot of other things going on, a dyno, even a helicopter. Plenty of stuff going on here to keep people occupied and entertained.
He destroyed the spiders inside.
So how do you destroy the spider gears?
Playing around.
Rock course yesterday.
I mean, there was like 3 teeth left on one spider gear. The side gears were completely bald.
Well, it sounds like JD's already broke his rig, but Matt's busy now, getting ready, rounding up all the drivers, and getting them signed up for the rock competition. The drivers are getting their 4-wheel drives ready and lined up, here next to the barn that's being used both as the rock course and doubling as a circle track.
We didn't make this tough enough for Volkswagens and Samurais.
While Matt and the drivers go over the course, the rules, and some of the safety requirements, let's go back inside. Check out what else is going on.
I'm Danae. I work with Joe Hildebrand with Hilliard Off-Road Rally. Core is what we call ourselves out here. Right now we're raising money to build our off-road racetrack. What we're all about basically is just our local off-road community, having fun, building really awesome rigs, and hanging out. Today we're at the Man Show promoting some of our gear. It helps us raise money for our track. And we're donating $5 of every shirt and sweatshirt sale to Meals on Wheels. So we have a sign up here for that too.
The times the 4-wheel drives aren't running the rock course, the circle track is open. Brian Morris is helping out set up the circle track races here, and Matt Huit wants to be part of this too. So he's taking some test laps in Brian's car, and he wants to do at least one race. So I guess we'll see how Matt fares in this type of racing. Oh, you spun out, Matt. didn't win any races today, but he sure had a lot of fun doing it, and he returned Brian's car in better shape than the Blazabbit's in.
Mountain Mafia, we're here sponsoring the rock races for the Man Show. RCI ramp, suspension flexing competition, and a few other things. We're giving out prizes. We're giving out tickets for Havoc, giving out tickets for some of our open wheeling events, and some swag. So we're here supporting, again, the local community here and having fun with all these guys and gals.
We brought Greg Whittier along with us, who built the rock course for the rock race, and he's the guy to thank for that. That's going off really well so far, and we have the main event coming up at 6 o'clock, so thanks a lot, Greg. Thank you. Like our Facebook page, Mountain Mafia Entertainment. That way you can get the updates and see what we're building and see what we got going on.
Hi, my name's Duncan. This is my rig from Coeur d'Alene. It's a Hazzard Fabworx chassis, 6.2 Chevy motor, 6L80 training with an Atlas. They call it, I think, the Duke chassis. We made it right-hand drive, so we can move the motor over and all my drive lines on that side, so I have perfectly straight drive lines. And I wanted something a little bit different. Just getting out and enjoying it. I also like horsepower. I like to go fast.
Well, it looks like Diesel Power Products is sponsoring a dyno here at the Man Show. Different trucks are lining up to see how much horsepower and torque they're putting in. And it looks like Rich Goldman wants to test out his Toyota 4Runner.
50 horsepower.
50 horsepower and 85 pounds of torque. Which
oh, more torque.
Putting on lug nuts.
Let's stop back over at the Hazzard Fabworx booth and talk to Luke Schumann about this axle that's sitting down here.
So this is what's called a torque 14 volt. People are familiar with a 14 volt, but it takes, this is a billet dropout. So it's a cast aluminum center section that's then machined. Much stronger than your standard 14 volt. Is it's got 4 bolt carrier bearing caps. It's got a load bolt on the ring gear. It takes a 40 spline axle shaft that's gun drilled. And then what we've done to the housing is, so this is a very strong center section with big components inside of it. A very lightweight, strong piece with a truss, heat treated chromoly mounts, big brakes, billet end caps, heat treated chromoly spindles. It's the best of the best as well as very light. So what you gain here is a bunch of strength with not a lot of weight, which in turn makes your vehicle faster. You know, weight is horsepower. So So what we built here is our own concept of suspension geometry and strength, as well as lightweight design. The actual center section itself is built by Torque Motorsports, and the rest of it is fabricated in-house at Hazzard Fabworx.
Hi, I'm Mark Ramsay. This is my S10 Toyota buggy. Brought it down to the man show. It's its last run. It's getting tore down. We're going to try to do something impressive out there.
What do you like about off-roading?
The adrenaline, the family. Everyone out there is a family. I just love what it is, working on rigs, trying to make the hardest line, helping people out when they need help, getting dirty, working on things.
Well, Mark managed to drop his front drive line, so he's only got rear-wheel drive. So he's having to get extracted off this rock pile. But I'm sure he's going to get it fixed and be up and running for tonight's action.
Other rigs apart. Mark Ramsay made it to lap 2. And Sam Thomas made it to stack 2. Give a big hand to those guys.
Well, Sam was going all out on his first run, but his first hit did some damage. Not only did he bust up both drive lines, but he broke his training and transfer case adapter. It's definitely not going to move after this under its own power. In fact, the damage is even worse than that. His entire transmission case is cracked and broken in half. Way to go, Sam. That's the most damage so far. But you sure did put on a good show doing it.
Name's John Swink. Driving an 87 4Runner, what's left of it anyways. And going to do some indoor rock crawling today, rock racing. And a lot of the guys, the people you meet, I think some of the best people around. The community is really awesome.
what's going on outside?
Flex ramp. They are going to see how much articulation the vehicles have.
Hey.
Wait, what?
We're gonna watch the trucks on the ramp.
I want to watch it. Can we now go watch it?
I figured out the calculation. Distance divided by wheelbase. Cool. I have a calculator. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep.
Looks like Rich Goldman is the first one up. Matt and Ben have to measure the wheelbase of every vehicle so that they have a number to start off with.
We'll take it right there. That's okay. Almost started to the torque. Torque equals flex.
Well, it looks like Rich has the best flex so far, and he's about to take the high lift jack as the prize.
Where's Justin? Where's Duncan? He's out.
But wait a minute, Jesse and Duncan haven't ran yet. They showed up a little bit late.
He's worried about his articulation.
I'll tell you right here, keep on going. You're right there. That's almost right?
Looks like Duncan surpassed Rich by a little bit. So, Rich wants another go at it to defend his title and the jack. Going for air down strategy.
Front, left, and right rear.
Rich aired down his two opposing tires even more to see if he can improve on his first numbers. But the question is, will it be enough to beat Duncan?
Duncan 876. There you go. So close. Unless somebody else wants to go again or whatever. But all right. Back in. Winner of the RTI ramp is Duncan. Pulled 876. Damn good. If you don't want it, you can just put it in the back seat. Come with the bungee cord? Yeah, free.
Let's ask a few of our drivers how long they've been into off-roading.
I've been into it since I was about 14. So look at it, 8 years now. Always driven Toyotas. Dad always drove full sizes. That's what I grew up wheeling.
I've been into it for 14 years ever since I can remember, really, 10 years old.
Got into off-roading when I was 15 years old, started doing mud bog racing, and just kind of grew into the rock crawling, and just gotten worse and worse. So I guess I've been doing it for about 13 years now.
There's a bunch of different wheelers. Some people like different things: mud, rocks, hills, going fast, going slow.
You gotta do whatever you want.
Everything's different.
And what do you like about off-roading in general?
pretty much everything.
Just getting out in the woods and having fun and with friends and
breaking stuff, fixing stuff, helping each other out.
Whether it's they need a jump start, they need to fix an axle, just need a tow home.
Break on the trail, we're out there helping each other. Fix each other's rigs, get each other back to the truck, or give each other parts. Or
everyone's always willing to help.
It's kind of a family. The four-wheeling community is a family.
Well, Conan was excited about running his truck in the rock race, but it doesn't seem to be too excited itself.
Everything's held down.
We're now nearing 6 p.m. and it's about time to start the competition. This time it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to run 2 rigs on the course at the same time. They have the opportunity to pass each other. But if they pass over the rocks, they've got to keep at least 2 tires on the course at all times. JD's going to give it another go in his Jeep Cherokee. Mark Ramsay is lined up on the opposite end, fixed up from last time, ready to go again. Whoa, and that was a hard hit from JD here on this rock pile. Looks like he's got a drive line hanging down and who knows what else is wrong. But he's definitely a sitting duck now, but Mark's still moving. But Mark's got to work at it too to keep on going and make it over this pile. And if he does make it over, after this he's got to swing around and deal with another obstacle in his way. JD. The rules are 2 tires on the rocks to make a pass. And Mark's doing just that. There's not much JD can do right now but sit and watch from his driver's seat. Looks like Mark's running a little bit warm. In fact, he's on fire. He's so warm. That's definitely on fire. Not to worry, Matt's been on fire before. He knows what to do. But it looks like that's the end of Mark's run. He's got a little bit of damage, but not as much as JD does. JD's going to require a little bit of an extraction here. Oh, yeah, that looks like it's even a little worse than I was thinking. Mark's cooled off and he fired back up. Bo's standing by with a fire extinguisher just in case, but he's going to see if he can get off this rock pile and drive off course himself. Nice work, guys, and the carnage continues. Next up are 2 Toyotas, Scott and John. I see sparks. It looks like John's run came abruptly to a halt. So as long as Scott's still going, all he's got to do is make a pass and keep 2 tires on the rock pile.
Punch it.
And he did it. Looks like Scott's the first one tonight to make a full 2 laps. John, on the other hand, has got busted leaf springs, dropped driveline, and his main power lead to his winch was what was shorting out. So it looks like Gray's back on the skid steer to do another extraction. Next up is Chris and Kevin. Kevin, you're losing some parts off your daily driver there. Unless that was an attempt at making it harder for the next guy, but Chris went right around your 2x6. It looks like Chris is itching for an opportunity to make a pass. And there's his chance, and he's taking it. I'm not sure if it's because he wants to win or if he's worried about more lumber. How's that for a big finish? Well, it looks like Kevin's going to need an extraction, as well as new boards for his flatbed. Well, let's go over here to Chris Lowman's Toyota and see what's up with it. I'd say that airtime did a number on the axle housing, and his tire, and other parts. But it was all worth it, for the crowd, right? Next up is Rich and Jesse. Unfortunately, Jesse has catastrophic failure, but Rich is still going. It's Rich's turn to pass. With faith, you can move mountains, and with forerunners, you can move rocks. Great job, Rich. You finished relatively unscathed. But Jesse's left with a few things to fix. And the last two up are Duncan and Wayne.
Who won? Everyone on the right side.
So are you doing multiple rounds then? Or?
We were going to, but then
Yeah, I think just about everyone's broken. Well, Conan got his truck fired up long enough just to get it high-centered on the rocks too and get extracted. But I guess he got his chance. Now I'm headed out of the fairgrounds here. I'm going to meet up with some of the other NMRA members just to hang out for the night.
Crashing the party.
Officially, he still has his pass on.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and the best part.
Thank you.
Cheesecake. I had the bad starter with me off of the Mega Truck Carnage, and Cameron, Marty, and Sean seem interested in tearing it apart for something to do and seeing if we can clean it up, go through it, put it back together, and maybe it'll work again. I have no idea how all that mud got in there, but we can blame Sean for part of that too, I guess. After all, it was a mud truck even before I got it.
You're building a what?
Toilet paper holder.
A toilet paper holder.
Custom. Did you see the custom towel holder for out of the hot tub?
No.
It's a Ford FE flywheel. When I blew up my automatic transmission, and I had to put my old stick shift back on my Ford. Externally balanced 428. Guess where my externally balanced flywheel is.
Yep.
Welded to a pole.
That's heavy duty.
I've got the ball bearing.
Got the ball bearing.
White lithium for that, you think?
That's the most important part of this whole build.
Yeah.
Look at this. Oh. It's gone. Gonna have to go. Now what are we gonna do? Wait until you have to use that toilet paper. Oh, yeah, the toilet paper.
So the starter's going back together and we're going to call it a night and hang out by the fire. course, I want to give a big thanks to Lacey Green of Lacey Green Photography for coming with and helping capture all the stuff that happened today at the Man Show. It's been a great day of hanging out with friends, seeing people I haven't seen in a while, and visiting all the different vendors and displays at the Man Show, as well as the action of the rock course. But unfortunately, time is running out for me to get back up to the property, finish getting stuff ready and moved. I've got a lot of stuff to load, a lot of stuff to sort through, a lot of stuff to get ready to haul out. It'd be so much easier if my chainsaw would just start.